Astral travel is divine and amazing. Hi guys, welcome back to the Satan and Sons channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that I just love. I've loved it since I was a child and I continue to love it every day of my life. That is the spiritual ability of astral projection. Now, I define astral projection as the ability to actually release yourself from your physical body and go on a spiritual journey in the astral planes. There are other methods that people talk about where they will astrally view things, or they will go on a causal guided journey within. I differentiate all of those from astral projection. Astral projection is a full out-of-body experience where your astral body has left your physical body and has gone on a journey through the astral plane. There are many different ways to view the spiritual world. The causal journey is basically where you internally project your mind into different places and you use your astral sight and your psychic senses to see those places and to experience them. That's a causal journey. And astral viewing is actually where you kind of your astral body is still attached to your physical body, but you kind of project your consciousness to a specific place so you can pick up the details and kind of get a sense of what's going on. Some people do this through internal viewing, which again goes back to the causal viewing, and some people actually can project an essence of their conscious to that place. It's not the full astral body and they're not entirely disconnected from their physical body, but it is still a spiritual journey. What I want to talk about today though is actual astral projection, full out-of-body experience where you are actually leaving your physical body and going and exploring the astral planes. It is such an amazing and incredible experience. I can't even begin to tell you. Astral projection and lucid dreaming they're similar. There's a similarity between them in that you have control over your spiritual surroundings. Many times lucid dreams actually are astral projections where we have left our body in the night and have gone exploring. However, not all lucid dreams are astral projections. Some lucid dreams are actually internal manifestations and stories being played out within our mind that we have full control over. So there is a difference between projecting into yourself, where you basically project your essence into your mind, and where you actually leave your physical body and project yourself into the external astral world and go exploring. So there's a lot of fun things you can do once you start to really understand the spiritual world and really understand, how to control your body, control your energies. This is one of the reasons why focusing and concentration is so important on a spiritual path, and why it's important to build your spiritual foundation, because then you get access to all these fun things like astral travel. It's amazing. It's like you feel everything. When you are in your astral body, like if I touch myself, I can feel myself. If I touch an object, I can feel that object. If I touch something fuzzy, I can feel the fuzziness. If I eat something in the astral plane, I can actually taste the food. There is such a plethora of stimulus for the senses in the astral plane, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It is so much fun. For those of you that walk with and have spiritual companions, you can actually astral project with your spiritual companions and go exploring with them. Many of them are quite familiar with the astral plane. They're quite familiar with the different realms, and they can actually take you to different places. Some of the places in the astral world are just like, they are so beautiful. They are so incredible to behold. So the astral planes, they are just multiple. Like there's an infinite amount of them. There are planes that are actually closer to our realms, that are closer to our physical world. Like a lot of people, when they just get out, they'll find that the astral realm looks almost identical to the physical realm, except for odd variations here. This is because the first layer of the astral realm is actually connected to the physical world, and it's kind of like a mirror image of it. So it will look almost identical to the physical world. This is the one that's connected the closest to our physical world. And it's the one most people astral project to when they initially get out. Now, there's other realms, and there's realms that you need attunements to, and there's realms that you actually have to shift and adjust your body in order to get to. So there's so many different realms, and there's sub-realms, there's realms between realms, there's light realms, there's dark realms, there's demonic realms, there's angelic realms. There are so many different energy realms within the astral plane. There are also realms within the astral plane where you are the creator. They're basically just blank realms where you act as a creator and your mind actually projects everything that you want within that realm. So this is where it gets interesting, because some people are like, well, my astral projections, well, they're real, yes, but sometimes they're real because your mind's created them. So there is actually a distinction between a projection from your mind and actually the projected realms of the astral realm. So again, I'm going to talk about this a lot, the difference between what's internal, like an internal flow of energy, versus an external flow of energy. Oftentimes when it's our own imagination, when it's our own inner voice talking, when it's our own inner essence, there's going to be an internal flow of energy. So the energy will start within and flow outwards. However, when you're actually receiving information from demons, from demon companions, from spiritual guides and sources, and when you're actually perceiving things in the spiritual world that are around you, there's going to be an external flow moving inwards to you. So being able to pay attention to the flow of energy and being able to understand it will actually go a long way to helping you discern real spiritual experiences from imaginative spiritual experiences. Imaginative ones can be just as powerful and profound. Oftentimes, our demon companions will actually use our imagination to help get points across because it helps. Our imagination has a plethora of images, references, points of interest with us that they can actually use in order to deliver messages. So there is a spiritual component to it, but it's important to understand that there is a difference between the internal projections and the internal state of the mind to the external. So there is going to be a difference that happens there. When you're astral projecting, like I said, you can actually project into your mind and you can actually project into the astral world. So that distinction is there as well. One thing about the third eye actually does use the imagination in order to translate the images from the spiritual world. I believe this is one reason why a lot of people who were born psychic actually have shut down their psychic senses, is because we're told, oh, it's all your imagination, it's all fake, it's all, it's not real. When in actuality, there is an element of realistic. I don't want it to be like, I don't want to say it is real, because there is definitely a fantastical component or fantasy component to the imagination, but because the third eye actually uses the imagination to translate and interpret the spiritual energies, there is a correlation between the two, and it is important to keep the imagination open and be open to the imaginative energies that are flowing in from the spiritual world. In the beginning, a lot of people ask me, how do I know the difference between my imagination and a real spiritual experience? You might not. That's just a fact. You might not. You are going to have to go through a process of training your mind to differentiate between the two. You can do that. Best way to do that is to journal everything that you get. Write it down, go back and explore it later and ask, is this coming from within? Is this coming from an external source? How has this message, revealed itself in my life? Like sometimes I'll hear things from the demons and I'll be like, oh, something's going to happen, and I'll know exactly what's going to happen, and then it happens. That's pretty external. I had no knowledge that this event was going to happen. They told me it was going to happen. I saw it happening, and then it did happen. That's an external thing. However, if I think, oh, something's going to happen, there's going to be a problem today, and nothing happens, it's probably my own imagination making it up. So paying attention to how you feel, paying attention to where these energies are manifesting in your body, that's another thing. Oftentimes when things are coming from within, they're going to manifest, you're going to feel them differently in your body than when they're coming from an external stimulus. So if something's external, you might feel, a pressure on your chest. Whereas if it's internal, you might feel, a tingly feeling in your solar plexus. That was totally messed up, because the solar plexus, the heart, is more in tune with kind of the inner world, and the outer world. It's kind of got both, whereas the solar plexus is kind of your divine connection and the seat of the soul within the physical body. But you get the idea. It depends. It might be open. It depends on the individual. To some people that might actually be the case. Although I find that some people, when it comes from within, it tends to be in the head. So there's an internal element to it coming from the mind, whereas when it comes externally, you feel it in the lower chakras, and you actually feel the physical stimulus between the spiritual world and the physical body. But don't judge if it's different. You are going to have to figure out the feelings and how they correlate with you. That's one of the important parts of really understanding your own psychic senses and how your own body is reacting to the energy, is figuring out where you are feeling different energies and learning to identify those energies based on where you're feeling them. Like, one thing for me is if I get this sickly feeling in my stomach, I know sludge energy is around. And I know it has to be cleared, like, immediately. If it's to the point that it's actually impacting my sacral chakra and I'm feeling the sickly feeling, it's got to be cleared. Everything's got to go. This video is on astral projection. I got to get back to that. So anyway, astral projection. We actually just released our first guided meditation astral projection video, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait to do more of them. This one was so fun to create, and I know some of you have already said that you are having astral experiences with it, and I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am about that. It was my first astral projection meditation, and then some of you were like, yeah, I'm astral projecting. It's like, yes, oh my gosh, yes, I love it. We're gonna have more because there's so many different techniques to get out astral projection. So basically what you need to do is you need to relax your body to the point where your body falls asleep but your mind stays awake, and then you can shift into your astral body and explore the astral plane. You'll actually leave your astral body and go exploring. Now, your ability to focus is actually going to dictate how your astral experience goes. Those people who have really good focus, they have really good they're in tune with their body, they're in tune with themselves, they can control their mind, they can control their thoughts, they're actually going to be able to control their astral projections. So if you can focus, you can actually control your astral experiences. A lot of times people say, oh, when I get into the astral world, or when I get out, my astral body does what it wants. It goes on a journey. Focusing can fix this. When you learn to focus, when you learn to concentrate, you actually can fix this and go wherever you want. You can explore, you can travel, you can go back in time, you can go forward in time, there's so much you can do. There's absolutely so much you can do. There's many different techniques for getting out too, so don't think that there's one solution. There's one way for everybody, because everybody's going to have different methods. I tend to kind of step up or sit up or roll out, whereas Eilana, our 5-second astral projection wonder, she just projects. She's just out of her body. She steps out of it. 5 seconds and she's out. It's actually amazing. Like, it's absolutely amazing. It takes me about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to get out. She can get out in 5 seconds. So again, if it doesn't happen within like the first 5 minutes, don't worry. It takes me 30 minutes. So, just allow it to go at the pace it needs to. Allow it to kind of be what you want it to be. Don't judge it. Just let it happen. It's a natural experience, though. Everybody can do it. Everybody has this ability. There's different techniques for leaving your body. Like I said, rolling out is one. Some people use a rope. Some people, their spirit companions will actually grab their hands and pull them out. Eilana just steps out. Some people spin. They visualize themselves spinning, and then their astral body just leaves their body. Some people like to be on their stomach. Some people like to be on their back. Just remember, you want to be comfortable, but don't be so comfortable that you fall asleep. Because if you fall asleep, you're not going to have an astral projection experience. You might have a lucid dream, but you're not going to have an astral projection experience. So there's lots of different methods. And like I said, we just released our first astral projection meditation, and we're going to have more coming. This one, Azazel grabs you and pulls you out, but we're going to have other ones with many of the different techniques to help you get out and experience the astral world. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I love astral traveling, and I love it when people actually astral travel. And I love it when people astral travel, and I love it even more when people astral travel and actually connect to their spirit companions. It just is something that makes me so happy. So some people, when they astral project, they say, well, hey, I can't see my spiritual companions. That's an attunement issue. They are at a specific vibrational frequency. You are at a specific vibrational frequency. Some spirit companions can't actually drop to the level of the physical astral world. So again, your spirit companions are at a certain vibration up here. You're at a physical vibration down here. You need to get to a point where you guys can intersect. You can go up to a certain point, they can come down to a certain point. Since they don't have a physical body, some of them might not be able to actually get down into these levels. So finding a meeting point where you can actually connect to them is very important, and also attuning yourself to their frequency. I've had astral project. I have basically blinded myself, bound myself, done everything because I'm trying to recreate all the problems I've read people having with astral projecting and solving them so that I can help people kind of get over them. So one of the things is I can't see my companion. I actually disconnected my attunements to them, and so when I astral projected, I could tell they were there, but they were just like a black haze, and it wasn't them. Like I couldn't actually see their full form and everything. So that is fixed by actually attuning yourself to their energies prior to astral projecting. So if you focus on them and hold your focus on them intensely before astral traveling, they can actually help pull you out at this point. Because if you hold focus on them, once your body gets to the point where it's ready for your astral form to release, they can actually grab your astral form and pull you out. And then you'll be completely aligned and connected with them. So that's another way to not only astral project, but also attune yourself to your companions. And then you guys can go anywhere. You can explore anything. Some things I really like doing in the astral world is, if I'm really stressed, I actually like to go and float above the planet and just kind of rotate around the earth. So just drifting around the earth and just watching everything. I like to go visit different planets, different solar systems, kind of just explore the stars and just see what's out there. I've always been enamored with space since I was a child. It was something that I've been completely obsessed with, the planet. Like I could name all the planets in the solar system, including Pluto. Thank you, NASA. By the time I was like 3, and I was completely infatuated with space. I've been to like a NASA science camp. I've been to astrophysics camps. I've been to so many just because of my obsession with the stars. And astral projection actually gave me an outlet to be able to go and just drift through the stars and kind of explore and see what's out there. I have a lot of amazing journeys from that, a powerful healing experience from one of those journeys. But yeah, you can explore the stars. You can actually explore even our Earth, our planet. You can go to different continents. You can go to different countries. You can go to different places. One astral projection I did, I went to Australia and swam with the red jellyfish. In astral form, you can do that. You don't die. I don't recommend doing that in your physical body. No, I don't. But in my astral body, I went and I just drifted in the water. And it's so peaceful. I love the ocean. I just love drifting in the ocean and relaxing. So astral projection can allow you to do that. You can also go to other realms within the astral plane. The astral plane is full of different realms. There's different spiritual creatures there. There's different spiritual worlds. There's different dimensions. There's different planets. There's different places. There's different, there's so many different places. So many different places. You can travel the higher realms of the inner spiritual world. You can travel the lower realms of the inner spiritual world. You can really just go anywhere. I mean, it's a big place. Don't worry, you won't get lost. You're always attached to your physical body. And as some people have said, hey, I'm really worried that if I get out, I'm going to get lost. That won't happen. You're actually more likely to be snapping back into your body than you are to get out and get lost. So don't worry. Don't worry. You're always connected to your body, and if you ever feel like you're stuck or you want to go home, focus on your belly button. Just focus on your belly button and you'll snap back in. It's a great technique. It's an absolutely fabulous technique. But yeah, no, there's oh my gosh, there's so many fun things that you can experience in the astral plane. A lot of people, they have trouble because they're afraid. There's a fear component to astral projecting, and I say, if you practice shielding is one of the foundational skills that we teach, and it's incredibly important. You know, surrounding yourself with your energy shields. You can surround yourself with shields that cloak you. You can surround yourself with shields that are designed to protect you. You can surround yourself with shields that are just designed to define a space for you. When you do that, you have created a barrier for you in the astral plane, and then like astral parasites and negative entities and things that might want to hurt you can't get to you. If you have demon companions and other spiritual guardians and guides, they're not going to let anything get to you. They're going to protect you in the astral realm. And they're also going to kind of keep you from going any place really dangerous. It's funny, I read an article once, and they said, you know, in the astral, I can't believe this. Some people, like, they instill fear in something that should be natural and fun. I mean, yeah, I can understand the need to develop a base for your spiritual foundation to protect yourself in the astral realm, but really, some of the lengths people go to scare people at what's out there, I think it's so unnecessary. Like, one article said, you know, there's roaming gangs of demons out there in the astral plane that are, you know, that will attack you. And I'm like, what? Although Eilana pointed out, my Coven sister Eilana pointed out that we're probably those people, you know, us astral traveling with our roaming gangs of demons and all. Anyway, back to astral projecting. No, it's a really fun experience. It's really amazing, and it's something that if you have spiritual goals to connect more with your spiritual companions and to see the spiritual world from an actual more like experience-based perspective, then astral travel is definitely a goal to go for. It's definitely something to strive for, and it's something that's completely attainable. Everybody can do it. All children naturally astral project. We're just kind of taught not to as we grow up. And I know so many stories of people who, you know, as children, they'd astral project to see, you know, to go see where their sisters are. They'd astral project to see where their parents are. They'd just leave their body and go explore. It's just completely natural, completely beautiful. And they, you know, they just, as we grow up, we forget these beautiful talents and skills that we have. Astral projection can be incredibly relaxing. It can be peaceful. It can be tranquil. It can help to de-stress. It can also help you to experience, to gain wisdom and spiritual experiences. When you're astral traveling, you can actually go to the archives. You can go to many different places, to many different spiritual libraries where you can actually absorb and download incredible amounts of information. There's just so much that you can do when you're astral traveling. There's so much you can do. You can get to know your spiritual companions better. You can have conversations with them. You can connect with them. You can interact with them. You can have fun with them. There's so much that you can do. So much that you can do. And it's something that I recommend, that if you, like, I recommend people just to do it because it's fun. But if you have a calling for it, and if you really want to learn it, do it. Just do it, because it will take your spiritual practice from like here to here. Like, it just, what you will learn out there, what you will experience out there, and the wisdom that you will gain from that experience is just, it's immeasurable. It's immeasurable. And it's such an incredible experience. So I'm going to end this video here because I've talked for 24 minutes already. So thank you, everybody who is a member of our community, and thank you for everybody who supports our channel. It just keeps growing more and more each day. I'm just so happy to have you all with us. I'm so happy to have you all on this journey with us, and thank you. Thank you so much. If you have any videos that you'd like to see in the future, or any questions that you'd like answered, let me know in the comments below. I do read them, and I do want to offer content that helps you guys in your spiritual path. This is a conversation between us. It's me sharing what I know to help you on your spiritual path. So please let me know what you want to see. Let me know what videos you want me to do in the future, and I'll see if I can get them done. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell button so that you know when a new video is coming down the pipeline. We upload pretty regularly, and yeah, we just love what we do. We love you guys, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Till next time, bye.